Hey everyone, welcome to another video of Nameless Things. So today we're taking a look at Taranath Tantrik TNT, the City of Sorrows. So this is a book written by Shamikdas Gupta based on a very popular character Taranath Tantrik, which was written by another famous Bengali writer. I'm not able to pronounce his name properly, but I'll put up his image and name here so you know who I'm referring to. So this book was recommended to me very heavily by Dr. Manish from Neo Comics, and this has also been reviewed by many people to be one of the best works written by Shamikdas Gupta, who's a very popular Indian comic book writer. He's done books like The Village, and so I thought like fine, let me check this out. Let's see what this is. And this originally came like about a decade back as four separate single issues, and then it was printed in Bengali and also in Hindi as well. But then due to lack of issues, then I guess it stopped printing, and then after many years this finally has come as a hardbind with all the four issues in one. And not just that, but there's also some bonus content at the end of this book about what the sequel story would have been like. So before we get further into this video, be sure to hit the like button and share this with your friends. You can subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more such videos, guys. Opening up the book here, you see I have two postcards over here, and if you want to get these books for yourself, then I'll put the link to the site in the description below from where I bought them. And as you can see here, this postcard looks great. The artwork is amazing of Taranath Tantrik, and this is another one over here. This is pretty cool as well, this whole orange vibe that's there. And I actually remember reading the afterword where Shamikdas Gupta mentioned that he has totally reinvented this character, while the name and a few of the trait qualities of the character is the same. The physicality of this character, the way he talks and what he does, is totally his interpretation of what the character would do. So that way, this is like a totally new creative retelling of the character. So before we open this book, I just want to let you guys know that this is for a mature audience, and I would want to give the disclaimer that there is some pretty intense artwork and storytelling that's there in this book. So please know that this is for a mature audience. This is not your average kids comic book. So opening up over here, you can see the whole creative team that has worked on this trade paperback and on the original comics as well. So this is a bit of a non-linear storytelling. It goes from a little bit into the past and a bit in the present time as well. And it starts off with Taranath Tantrik talking with his friends, which you see on the cover here. These are his friends. This is Shekhar, who's a cop. This is his fiancée Sneha, and this is Vibhuti, who is a horror novelist, which is why he keeps coming to meet TNT to read the story, to hear stories from him about how he became a tantric, his encounters with the occult and all that. So a bit like John Constantine, if you would fancy it like that, but that's how it is. I mean, he's a psychic, he knows a bit of the tantric arts, so add into the bit of a mystery thriller and a bit of detective work. It's a good mix for a good storytelling. And it is the thing about this book is I was engaged throughout. Yeah, there you can see the intense artwork starting over here. I was engaged throughout the story. It felt like I was watching a series or a movie. And the best thing about this book is the fact that after I finished reading it, the story stuck with me. And I think those are the kind of best stories because they leave an impact on you that you think about them and what happened to the characters, what the situation is, and you start contemplating it. The artwork is really good in this. I mean, this is like a decade back, and this is really good artwork. And the love for the city of Kolkata is evident throughout this whole movie because all these different places that he's mentioned, be it the cafes, be it the metro stations, only a person who loves their city and knows it in and out can depict it so well and include and integrate it into the characters' conversations and the way of life. So this is really good. And if I have to give a very small gist about this story, then there is a series of attacks that happen all across Calcutta with people acting very cannibalistically, attacking each other like zombies. And TNT, senses that this is not your average attack. There is something little sinister behind all of this. So he pairs up with Shankar to try and figure out who is behind this and why he is doing it, only to find out that it is a guy who had learned a bit of the tantric practices from TNT himself, and now he realizes that he is also partly responsible for this, and he tries to work the case with them to try and get to him. I don't want to give more of than that away, so you can read this for yourself and then find out the fun of the story in this. The story ends here with Taranath Tantrik moving towards the next step of his journey because he realizes that he had not taught the villain everything himself. So the only other person who could have taught him all the other things that he didn't teach was the goddess or the person from whom he had learnt all the tantric practices. So he goes in search of her, and that's where the story ends. And then you have an afterword from the author Shamikdas Gupta talking about the whole creative process, working with the team, and working on this character which was very popular in Bengali literature. And you have a few character sketches over here, and this is the preview that I was talking about what the next story would have been like, the dark beneath the light. And it was really interesting, and I don't know if this story will ever get a follow-up, but I think it should, because it is really good. So that was the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will catch you guys next time.